Boom. All right, cool. So tonight, I kind of want to share a little bit of my own journey that I've been on over the last several years with Scentsy. A lot of you guys know my story, like where I come from, kind of how I've gotten to this point today. But I've been on a little bit of a journey over the last few years in my business. And I kind of wanted to share that with you tonight, and then share like where I'm going moving forward, and how maybe you can either prevent things from happening in your business. Basically I want you to learn from my mistakes, right? So when I joined Scentsy, I just wanted to like make a little bit extra cash. I didn't want to do anything crazy, which is so funny because here we are today. This is my full-time career. My husband is now like full-time Scentsy consultant. Like, so this is our life, But once I got into it, and then I was like, okay, I want to be a director, and then, okay, I want to be a star director, and then, okay, I want to be a superstar director. And then once you reach superstar director, there's something that happens that nobody really talks about. And it's kind of like a little bit of like a depression that happens, because your whole career, you're like going for this title and going for this title. And there's always this big, 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 big title. Well, then you reach it and it's like, okay, now what? Because there's no other title that I can go get. There's nothing beyond superstar director. In Scentsy's eyes, like there's nowhere else to go, right? Now, I just say that in regards to a title, there's plenty of work to be done, plenty. And I remember when I reached superstar director, I was like, okay, cool. I just accomplished this goal that I've had for legit 6 years, but now I feel like I'm just getting started and there's so much work to do. And so there's like this depression that happens after you reach superstar director, at least for me. And I know several other superstar directors that I've talked to have had this kind of thing happen to them. And there's this like lull that happens in your business. You start to be like, wait a minute, who am I? And like, how did I get here? And why am I doing this? And you kind of have to reevaluate and question all of those things again. And so I'd say over the last few years, I've kind of been going through this evaluation process of like, what do I really want my business to look like? And how do I scale this and make this really big? And how do I keep growing? And how do I stay motivated? Because there's no longer like a title to achieve, and there's no longer like a level of achievement that can be measured, in like a promotion or anything like that. How do I keep working? How do I keep building? Why do I want to keep doing this? And then so after I reached superstar director, less than 6 months later, we had a miscarriage that pretty much rocked our world. Like really, really, really rocked our world, my husband and I. And so that sent me in like a really dark hole. And like, I went through this really, really dark time in my life. And then we got pregnant with Riley, and then like pregnancy happened, then I had a baby, and then like my husband quit his job, and like life has been absolutely bananas. And of course we moved from Ohio, and now we're living with my parents, and like all of these crazy life changes have been happening. And it's a lot, right? Like it's a lot. So I want you to think about my job for the past 9 years. I have worked alone from home by myself. Like, it's just been me doing the Scentsy thing, right? Well, then over the course of 6 months, I have a child, like, and I'm in my mid 30s, you know what I mean? So it's a little bit different when you're older, like you're set in your ways, you're doing your thing. So I introduced a new child into my life into my mid 30s. And so now I have this other little human being in my house who needs me, and I'm just used to being by myself, you know what I mean? And then my husband retires from his career. So now I have a baby at home, and my husband is around all the time. So like I have all these major life changes. So in 6 months, all of that happened. It was a big, big, big adjustment, and I'm still adjusting to this day. Then we sell our house. It sells really quickly. We go to find a new house, don't find anything. We decide, okay, let's build a house. So now we're in 6 months with this new baby and my husband who's here, and we live in one bedroom of my parents' house, and like my parents are always here, and there's like no alone time. Like, it's a lot, right? It's a lot. So all of these things have been happening in my business over the last several years. After you reach superstar director and you go through this sort of depression, you're like, where do I go from here? And then all of this like personal life stuff has been happening too. And so it's a lot at one time. So on one hand, I'm super duper grateful for this business, because if I had all of this personal life stuff and all of these changes happening, like while having to work another job or having to answer someone or clock into a 9 to 5, like I seriously would be like committed somewhere, like cuckoo house. Like I'm not, like I'd be gone. So it's been a huge blessing. And I will say that this is why in times like these, it makes me realize, like, okay, this is why I've worked so hard for this long, so that I had something like Scentsy to get me through like these crazy times in our lives, right? And when you build a business that changes the game financially for you, it's a completely different ball game when you have life stuff going on, when you have hard things going on in your life. Because if I had hard things going on in my life and then I had to like worry about a job or worry about finances on top of it, I really just don't even know what would be going on in my mental state right now. And so I'm super duper thankful for all of the hard work that I've put in for so long that has really helped me get through these last few years of my life, really. And I haven't like the crazy thing is like over these past couple of years, I haven't sat back and like stopped working. Like I've still been working this whole time. I've been partying, I've been recruiting, I've been doing events, I've been training my team, I've been coaching and mentoring and all of these things, like even amidst the crazy. And here I'm getting to the heart of the matter, I promise. And I'm saying all of this to say that it's really, really easy to look at other teams, other consultants, other leaders, and think, my gosh, I am just sucking at this whole thing. My gosh, I am not doing that. She's doing this and this and this and this and this, and I'm not doing that. She's doing this and this and this and this and this, and gosh, I should probably do that because she's finding success, so I should probably do that. It's really, 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 really easy to do that, especially in our like social media world that we live in. And we have all these groups that we're a part of, and we have all these ideas being thrown at us everywhere like crazy. And someone's saying like, try this and try this new thing and make sure you do this and don't forget this. And you're a bad consultant if you don't do this and if you don't have X, Y, and Z, right? And so all of these things are being thrown at us all the time, and they make us feel like we have to do all of these crazy things. When we do all of those crazy things, we completely miss the whole entire point of doing this business. The whole entire point of building this business is to give us freedom. Okay? And that freedom comes in time and emotions. It comes in all of those things, okay? This business is not meant to make you get so wrapped up in all the things that you are missing out on family time, that you can't take care of your emotional struggles or emotional hardships or things going on in your life because you are so worried about making sure that you have custom wrapping paper with your PWS on it for whatever, right? Or you're so worried about making the right business card that looks like so-and-so's, or so worried about your Facebook party script that you're taking hours and hours and hours away from your family, or you're missing out on things, or you're with your family but you're on your phone because you feel like that's working, right? And what happens is we can get so caught up in all of the things that everyone else is doing and all of the things that we feel like we should be doing that we miss the whole point of this business. The whole point of this business is to give us freedom. The whole point of this business is to create a life that you love living, is to create a life that you like can thrive in, right? The whole point of doing Scentsy is to get yourself to a place that when life throws hard things at you, and when tough times come, and when things like miscarriages and like your whole world gets turned upside down and like you don't know who you are anymore, like when all of those things go down, like the whole point of this business is that it can sustain you through that. Sustain you financially so that you don't have to work 60 hours a week to make it happen, right? That's the whole point of this business. Now, there's a flip side to that coin. I worked 60 hours a week for many years to build my business, okay? And so I build and build and build and build and build. And there is an amount of extremely hard work that it takes to build a really good business, okay? There is an amount of sacrifice that it takes to build a really good business. Please hear me with that. You have to make sacrifices, okay? But I want to make sure that you're making the right sacrifices in the right places, and that you're not just like missing out on family time or missing out on the things that are really actually important in your life that aren't producing income for you or aren't building your business in the long run. Because I've done it, right? I've done it before, where I went on all these different groups and saw what all these other people were doing and like freaked myself out and stressed myself out over not having the right party script, not following up with a recruit enough, and like not providing so much information. Guys, here's what I want to tell you, especially those of you who have team members, okay? When someone joins Scentsy, they're an independent business owner, and it's not your job to chase after them and throw the book at them and like make them be successful and make them do parties. And like, I will never chase someone, because nobody ever chased me. And you will find, if you talk to the most successful people in Scentsy, most of them say like they didn't have a sponsor who helped, or they didn't have someone who was, like holding their hand the whole way. And there's something to be said about having to figure it out for yourself. There's something to be said about having to put in the work yourself and do the research and try, right? There's so much learning that happens by trying and failing and doing it wrong and learning how to do it right. Now, I'm not saying that like I'm not here for you, because obviously I'm here for you. I'm here for you every Tuesday night. Okay? I'm here for you anytime we have a coaching session. I'm here for you on Facebook. I'm here for you because I answer text messages. That's not what I'm saying. But there's something to be said when you sponsor new team members into this business. I want to make sure that you are like releasing yourself of the responsibility of making them be successful, because that's not your job. Your job is to point them in the direction of training, show them where they can train themselves, answer their questions, be an encourager, but your job is never to make someone succeed, because ultimately it's out of your control anyway. The only thing that's in your control are your own actions. The only thing that you can really control is what you do or don't do in your business, how you react to situations, how many conversations you have, how much you offer the opportunity, how much you train yourself and do the learning and do the studying and take the action, right? Those are the only things you can really, really control in your business. So I want to make sure that you free yourself of the guilt or the responsibility that you feel to make someone else be successful, because you can't anyway. It's not something you can do. So if someone joins and doesn't do anything, I promise it's not your fault. Because if someone joins and does really great things, it's because they put in the work. it's because they're the ones who did it. It's not because of you either, right? So make sure you're releasing yourself of that responsibility and releasing yourself of that potential stress. Like I said before, sacrifices have to be made in order to build a great business. Please trust and believe that. Okay. I don't care. I don't know if that's TV time for you or nights out with friends or waking up before the rest of your house does so you can get stuff done, or staying up later after your kids go to bed. I don't know what that looks like for you. I don't know what that sacrifice is for you, but I promise you that sacrifices need to be made. Okay. I'm just going to tell you, there are lots and lots and lots and lots of shows that I would like to watch, but like, that's just a sacrifice I have to make, because I don't need, like, going and watching television or spending time watching shows is time that I could be working my business and producing income. Okay. It's time that I could be growing my business, or time that I could be building what I want to give me long-term security. So I'm willing to make that sacrifice of watching those shows now so that later on in life, I don't have to say no, or I don't have to be put into some care facility that I don't want to be put into because that's all I can afford, right? Or my daughter doesn't get to go to school she wants to because that's all I can afford, right? I'm willing to make those sacrifices now because I want that future security, because I'm worth it. And my daughter's worth it. And my husband is worth it. And you're worth it. I'm willing to make those sacrifices now because you're worth it. So I'm not sure what those sacrifices are for you, but evaluate maybe where in your life you can give more, but make sure it's not at the cost of what's really important. Okay? If you're making a sacrifice in your life for your business, make sure that you're not missing out on family time to, like, design a cute postcard, or to organize your office, or to color code your binder. Those things are not income producing. So when I say tonight we're talking about getting back to the basics, this is kind of where I'm at in my business, okay? Once you become a superstar director too, a director, a leader at all, you can start to get really overwhelmed with the amount of time that you spend on your personal business versus your pouring into your team. Okay. You're always going to feel like you're not doing enough for your team. Always. Always. And if you didn't, I mean, you're always going to feel like you're not doing enough for your team, and you're always going to feel like you could do something better, right? I could be a better sponsor. I could answer that quicker. I could have a better system of onboarding. I could have, right? There's always going to be reasons that you could be better. Aikila, she said she's glued to her phone too much. Terry says she has a team of 2 and she already feels that way, right? So there's always going, trust me, I have a team of 1,800 and I feel like there's so many things that I'm not great at that I could be better in. So it's twofold. One, yes, you should always be growing and getting better and recognizing where you have weak spots and where you have opportunities and where you're going to challenge yourself and where you're going to learn and grow and say, like, I'm going to demand excellence from myself. Okay. But the other side of that coin, the second piece is there has to be an amount of grace that you give as well. There has to be an amount of, okay, the whole reason I do this business is so that I can be with my family. The whole reason that I do this business so I can enjoy my life, right? There has to be that side of the coin too. You're always going to feel like you're not doing enough. You're always going to feel like something can be better. So here's what you have to do. You have to take it one bite at a time. Okay. You have to take it one day at a time. You have to take it one task at a time. You have to take it one category of your business at a time. So if you want to say, okay, let's look at March. In March, I want to get my accounting in order. Okay. In March, I'm going to set up a system for my accounting. In April, I'm going to tackle a system for my follow-up, for my customer follow-up. I'm going to have it run like a well-oiled machine. Okay. In May, I'm going to do this. There's always something you can be improving. But if you look at your laundry list, if you compare yourself to other people and your list is this long, you're going to be so overwhelmed. You're going to be like, forget it. I can't, there's no way I can climb that mountain. There's no way I can surmount that obstacle. You're going to just roll on back and be like, nothing's really going to get done. And trust me, I'm speaking from experience because I've done this before, right? When your list is too big and the amount of work that you have to do is overwhelming, it's because it causes you to like go into what we like a paralysis sort of mode. Okay. But I also want you to question, where is that laundry list coming from? Where is that mountain coming from? Is it coming from us comparing ourselves to other people? Is it coming from what we're looking at in other groups and seeing other people do and thinking that we have to be just like them? Right? You've got to find out where that mountain is coming from, number one. Number two, you've got to determine in that mountain, what are the things that actually are going to grow your business and make you money at the end of the day? What are the things that are actually IPAs? What are the things that are actually income producing activities? When I talk about going back to the basics, I literally mean if it's not an IPA, it shouldn't be in your mountain. If it's not an IPA, it shouldn't be something you do. If it's not an income producing activity, you don't do it. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Okay? It's time to go back to the basics. Income producing activities are pretty simple. Parties, okay? PRV. We're going to talk about PRV. You can get PRV from parties, events, fundraisers. Under PRV, you have things like booking, right? Booking is really important. Really, really important. So if you look at your list of things to do and booking isn't on there, first of all, that needs to be on there. But if you've got a bunch of other things, I promise you booking has got to be up at the top. Booking is extremely important. If there are no bookings on your calendar, your business dies. It's that simple, okay? Booking is extremely important. Booking is part of PRV. So booking, actually partying, actually doing events, actually having fundraisers, okay? Networking, meeting new people, these are all income producing activities. Recruiting. Recruiting is an income producing activity. Actually having conversations, actually following up with people who are interested in joining Scentsy, actually being bold and being brave, actually going out and giving people opportunity packets, making sure you have their follow-up information, okay? The third thing is coaching. Coaching your team. If you have it, now this is two ways, okay? I call it coaching in and coaching out. Coaching out means that you are coaching your team, you're helping them, you're answering their questions, okay? You're engaging in a coaching relationship where you mentor them on towards their goals. That's an income producing activity. And then there's coaching in, which is personal development. It sounds like personal development isn't an income producing activity, but I promise you, if you are not developing yourself emotionally, spiritually, physically, your mind, your brain, all of those things, if you're not developing yourself, your business, your success in your business will be short-lived. Personal development is absolutely essential to long-term success in this industry. Okay? And so often we say in Scentsy, we think that we're a candle company, but we're really a personal development company disguised as a fragrance company. Okay? That's really what we are. Because if you allow yourself to go on this personal development journey that Scentsy will take you on, you're going to change for the better. But you have to allow yourself, you have to be vulnerable, you have to get there. But guys, really, those are the only things that you need to be doing in your business. PRV, recruiting, coaching in and coaching out. That's it. And under that PRV, it's booking, actually partying, events, basket parties, right? Follow up, all those things. Under recruiting, it's having conversations, but honestly, things like creating join packets, not an income producing activity necessarily. I'd rather see you have a conversation than spend time making join packets. I'd rather see you talk to someone about Scentsy. I'd rather see you put testers to noses and tell someone why that they'd be great in this business than making join packets or designing a personalized join flyer. It's just not an income producing activity. And all it does is add to your mountain and cause you stress that's so unnecessary. It also creates a lack of focus in your business. When you are distracted, listen, people don't succeed in this business because they give up too soon or they're distracted. Trust me. Trust me. Success in this business takes a serious focus. Lack of focus is a business killer. It's a motivation killer. It's a goal killer. It's a dream killer. Lack of focus. And that's what all these other things do, okay? So when you go into groups or you're comparing yourself to someone else, or you're looking at what other people are doing and thinking that you have to do that, or you have to be like that, or you got to add that in, but you don't really have time for it, or it's going to take away from here. It's completely clouding your focus. Lack of focus kills dreams. Trust me. Trust me. So it's time to clear out all the noise. Okay? Cut the fluff. Look at all the things that you think that you have to do in your business. Look at that laundry list of things that's insurmountable and overwhelming to you, because I have it too. Trust me, I have it too. Because I go through points like this in my business and in my career where I create this laundry list for myself, and it's because I lose focus and I start looking at what other people are doing and I start thinking I have to be like them, or I have to do what they do, or I'm comparing myself to them. And I'm not like focused on my dreams and my goals and my vision and what I really need to accomplish. Okay, so I'm spending time doing all these things, or like scrolling on Facebook, or training myself, but not actually taking action, not actually doing income producing activities. Or I get completely paralyzed because that mountain is so big and insurmountable and I can't handle it. And I have an emotional breakdown and I just want to like eat ice cream right out of the tub. Okay, I do it too. I do it too. But every once in a while, I need a kick in the pants where it's like, let's clear out the noise. Let's cut the fluff. Let's focus on what we really need to do to make our dreams happen. So moving forward, back to basics, you guys. And if you're like, what is the basics? What do I need to do? It's pretty simple. Pull out your consultant guide. I don't care if you've been a consultant for 2 months, 2 years, if you've been with me for 9+ years. Pull out your consultant guide, do what it says. Here's what you should do. Every 70 days in your business, every 70 days, you should be going for a sensational start every 70 days in your business. So get out your calendar. Tomorrow is day 1, and then you're going to mark day 70, and then you're going to mark the day 1 of the next time. And so you'll know that whatever the date of that 70 day is, your goal should be to achieve a sensational start level. Now, if you want to go big or go home, level 3. That's it. Sensational start level 3. If you want to go big or go home, you want to build a good business, you really want to do something, you want to make moves, you want to earn trips, you want to make money, you want to get promoted, level 3. That's it. That's all you're going to accept. Okay? But if you can achieve level 1 or level 2, you can still do some pretty great things. Okay, if you can achieve that level 1 or level 2 sensational start every 70 days in your business, make sure that there's recruiting in there, by the way, okay? Because I know you can earn sensational start without recruiting, but make sure it's the one that has the recruit in it. That's really important. You can earn level 1 or level 2 every 70 days in your business. You're going to do kick butt things. Kick butt things. Big things. Okay? You should work. I don't care if you're a superstar director, star director, director, certified consultant. You should work every 70 days like you're brand new trying to reach that sensational start level 3. Every 70 days like you're trying to get promoted or re-achieve, okay, whatever. That's how you keep going. And when you're brand new and you read your when you read your consultant guide and you do what it says, you don't got fluff going on. There's no noise because you're new. You're not part of any groups. You're not seeing what so-and-so's doing. You're just doing what the book says. You're partying and you're recruiting. You're partying and you're recruiting. You're not worried about any of that other stuff. Okay? So let's take it back, you guys. Let's dial it down. Open up your consultant guide. Do what it says. Make a list of 100. Talk to those people. Book some parties. Get some PRV. Recruit. Teach your team to do the same. And stop worrying about what everyone else is doing. Stop worrying about all the other crazy things that people are doing. Stop worrying about the list they have and the cute things that they have and like the $175 they paid someone to make them a cartoon. Like, guys, you don't need that stuff. I promise. I promise. People built lots of successful businesses before any of that stuff was around. Is it cute? Is it awesome? Heck yes, I love it. I love the little like people thing that people are doing and the cartoons that they have themselves. I love it. But you've got to make sure what you're doing is simple and focused and that it's the basics, because that is also, and this is the key, that is duplicatable. Everything you do in your business has to be something that you can teach to your team and also something that you're comfortable asking your team to do. If it's hard for you, if it's overwhelming for you, if it's stressful for you, you don't want to ask your team to do it. You would never want to ask another consultant to do it. This business doesn't have to stress you out. Do we have hard days where we don't want to work? Of course. There are days when we don't want to check into your 9 to 5. There are days when you don't want to give your kid a bath. Okay? I get it. I get it. We have to do the hard things sometimes, but this business is not made to stress you out. It's made to enhance your life. It's made to make your life better. So cut the fluff, laser focus. Let's go after our dreams. In case you haven't heard, there's a brand new incentive launching March 1st. So we just came off of a 6-month trip incentive, okay, where we had level 1, level 2, level 3, Bermuda cruise, Amsterdam cruise, Scentsy family reunion. We're starting a new incentive on March 1st, and all the details will come out then. You wanna earn it? It's gonna be PRV and sponsoring. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you that right now. PRV and sponsoring. That's gonna be your bread and butter. Book yourself silly, have all the conversations, because now it's time to really build your team. As far as what's going to be the incentive, you'll find out everything on March 1st, but it could, like in the past, it's been, last summer we did $500,000 gift cards to Apple, Nike, Tiffany & Company, Marriott. Andrea Keene was in the top 50 of the whole world and got a free trip for her and her husband to Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, which changed her life and changed her business forever, just so you know. There was exclusive warmers, exclusive diffusers. You could win points for the next trip incentive for the fall. In the past, we've done prizes, we've done product credits, there's been so many different things, okay? So that'll all come out March 1st, but I promise you, you're gonna wanna earn it. And I promise you, it's gonna be PRV and sponsoring. That's how you're gonna earn it. And guys, guess what? That's also how you build a business. PRV and sponsoring, okay? PRV and sponsoring. So let's not complicate it anymore. Let's not stress ourselves out. Let's not create these mountains that don't need to be there, because this is all surmountable for all of us. This is all doable for all of us. This is all this is for you, okay? This business is for you. The success is for you. It's not for someone else. It's not for just JA. It's not for just the directors. It's for you. By the way, director is also for you. SSD is for you. Life-changing income is for you, okay? All of these things are for you. You just have to be focused cut out the fluff and decide that this is what you want. And you're not going to accept anything less. So back to the basics. Okay. Okay. Let's make a pact. Let's do it together. Let's like forget this stupid mountain. I'm going to pull up this chat box, which I think on my phone means I can't look at the screen. So, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There's lots of chat boxes and I don't have my glasses. So I don't even know why I tried to pull that up because I can't read any of it. Oh, I'm crazy. Anyone have any comments or questions or anything you want to say? Unmute yourself. I want to hear it. Have you done this in your business? Are you at this point? Are you ready to change? Hopefully. Okay. All right, cool. Okay, it's a quiet night tonight, and that's all right. I hope you're ready to tackle this with me. I hope you're ready to take this business to the top. I'm ready to like get to work and do the hard things, but not do the things that I've created this big old mountain of nonsense. Like, I'm ready. Okay, I can read a little bit. I'm so ready to change and so scared about putting this out there. I want director. Yes, Bridget. Bridget is going for director. Like, it's okay. It's scary to say, like, I have this big goal. And honestly, if you had a goal that wasn't scary to say, like, girl, that wouldn't be a big enough goal. There wouldn't be a big enough goal for you. So come on, girl. Let's go. I love it. Okay, I'm going to pull the chat box back up if I can see it. Chat. Okay. Erica started your 100 no's. Awesome. Yes, have the conversations, plant the seeds all year. Oh my gosh, that's how you earn any incentive, is to work 12 months out of the year. Trips. Yep. Lisa, you can totally earn an SFR. You can totally do that. I love it. I love it. Okay. All right, guys. Break out your Scentsy Bible. Let's change. Cut the fluff. Stay focused. Spend time with your family. Do the things that this business is supposed to make you do, okay? Because that's what I'm going to do. And let's I just want to leave you with this. That is how you grow a really massive business, okay? When you do things that are simple and duplicatable, number one, people want to do that with you. And number two, so like you're going to have an influx of team members coming in if you keep it simple and you keep it duplicatable. Number two, your existing team members, they're going to want to go to the top with you because they're going to see you enjoying your life and having fun and not being overloaded and stressed out and like drudged by this business. It sounds like the opposite of what you're supposed to do, but I promise you, keeping it simple, that's how you build a freaking huge business. That's how you do it. Basics. Sell, recruit, coach in, and coach out. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Leave the rest for everyone else. Let them get distracted by it, okay? This is our time. I love you guys. Thank you so much. See you next week.